President Trump's former lawyer and fixer says he is now willing to cooperate with special counsel Robert Mueller. Cohen alleges that then-candidate Donald Trump knew in advance about a controversial June 2016 Trump Tower meeting where Russians were expected to give damaging information on Hillary Clinton. Now, this claim would contradict repeated denials by the president and what the president's son and son-in-law have said under oath. Major Garrett is at the White House. Major, good morning.
Good morning. About this story, a couple of things worth taking note of. First, Cohen says he has no evidence to corroborate this charge that then-candidate Trump knew in advance about this 2016 meeting. Two, Cohen has not been of particular interest to Robert Mueller or his special counsel investigators. As a matter of fact, they're not even handling the investigation into Cohen's conduct. That's being dealt with by the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of New York. As for White House reaction, nothing from this building, but the president's attorney, Rudy Giuliani, called Cohen a pathological liar.
There's no way you're going to bring down the President of the United States on the testimony uncorroborated of a proven liar.
President Trump's lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, slammed Michael Cohen, saying he lacks credibility.
He's got nothing to give, says it all of a sudden at the 11th hour. I don't think anybody believes that.
Cohen is willing to testify before special counsel Robert Mueller that the president knew about a 2016 Trump Tower meeting involving the president's son, Donald Trump Jr., son-in-law Jared Kushner, and then campaign chairman Paul Manafort, along with a Russian lawyer. Cohen reportedly did not say that Trump had advance knowledge of that meeting in private testimonies last year to two congressional committees investigating Russian interference in the 2016 election.
No, I didn't know anything about the meeting. It must have been a very unimportant meeting because I never even heard about it.
Mr. Trump has previously denied any knowledge of that Trump Tower meeting. When asked about the meeting last July, the president told reporters, "I only heard about it 2 or 3 days ago."
It was such a nothing. There was nothing to tell.
Echoing Trump Jr., who told Senate investigators last September that his father wasn't aware of it. "I wouldn't have wanted to get him involved in it because it had nothing to do with him."
Mr. President, are you upset with Mr. Cohen?
On Thursday, the president ignored questions about his former friend and fixer, Cohen, who is currently under federal investigation for possible campaign violations. Giuliani says until Cohen provides evidence, it's just his word against the president's.
Can he corroborate it?
Right.
If he can't corroborate it, it's useless.
Donald Trump's attorney said in a statement his client, quote, has been professional and responsible throughout the Mueller and congressional investigation. Gail, the Office of Special Counsel, and Cohen's attorney had no comment.
All right. Thank you very much, Major.